he done? Is he finished?
And Green Bay is not Green Bay right now.
You always wrong. Ooh.
Let's go back to Philly. A big trade just happened. Jimmy Butler.
And he's facing his former team, so you know it's gonna be some animosity.
And the number one spot for them.
Oh.
Seeing that field in Mexico City, it shows how stupid the NFL is. Down east, how we looking? Favorite team.
Favorite team.
With this trade happening, does this mean the Sixers are the front runners, are the favorites?
So you can stand up here and defend the player that just went 1 for 11, and then all of a sudden got sick.
One day it's on my nerves, but you know I'm here. We talking about sports, man. So I ain't even thinking about work right now. I'm thinking about sports.
That's why your laptop dead.
That part always gets me, man.
The laptop did.
Man, always gets me. It is the Platform Sports Talk Show. We are your Wednesday night sports delight. I am your boy, Smooth.
And so
And when it's about sports
it becomes our business.
and business,
Just picked up.
what's going on with you, man?
Knuckle punch.
Yes, and we know a certain someone isn't here. Stan, he's taking care of business, but he should be back next week. But we hear the original duo.
Yeah.
The Batman and Robin, the Sugar and Spice, the
Shucking and jiving.
Right, the Kobe and Shaq, you know, the cakes and pies.
Cakes and pies. Where's that from? I don't know.
It's that old school movie. I can't think of what it's called
Can't
right
think
now.
of it, man.
Cakes and pies, cakes and pies. But yes, we are here. We are back another week of talking about sports, man.
If y'all, hey, this is dropping. If y'all know where that's from, just type it in our chat box here, man.
Right. Let us know.
Help us out.
Let us know, man, because it's like top of the dome, but I just can't think of what it is.
Yeah.
Right now. But other than that, man, before we get to all the sports, just want to say, make sure y'all let everybody know to share it right now. Share this video
Right now.
to all the social media sites that you can, and have everybody tune in. Let's get these subscriber numbers up by going to our page, hitting subscribe, clicking on that bell, because anytime we go live, like we just did,
You'll be notified.
right. Second, this man right here did an incredible job this past
Stop
Saturday night,
it.
man. He was celebrating 420 his way.
And ain't that way you thinking about?
Well, no, he was on the ones and twos along.
I was
with,
bringing that sticky, icky,
right, but
and funk,
Right.
but it was the music and not the plant.
But the funk was still in the building.
Right.
Anyway,
It was loud.
Besides that,
It was loud, but it wasn't that loud.
High vibes, right?
Yeah. Hey, by the way, that's gonna be up by the weekend. I'm gonna post that up on my Mixcloud page. You can go on my Instagram account and
Tell
click
them
in
what
that
it
link.
is. Tell them what it is.
It's Sadal the Selector, man.
There you go. Then you
On
got the
all
other
them
one.
platforms, you got Sadal the Selector at Facebook, Sadal the Selector on Instagram, man. That's where I am.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, if you have a house for sale, just call on me. I will buy your house.
Call on me, I will
At
be there.
Sadal the Investor on all them social media platforms.
There you go, man. And you know, you can follow yours truly on Instagram, DJ Fred, AK Smooth. Make sure it's Smooth with 3 O's, because if you don't put 3 O's, you may not find me. And on Facebook, Smooth Production LLC. Twitter, Fred, AK Smooth. making it happen, man. But this man did an incredible job. Him and James Biko, aka Needles, they had a what was it called? Funk You. Yeah, and hey, they brought the vibes, man. The funk, the hip hop. It was definitely some great vibes, man. And we got something in store. We got something in store.
Yeah,
man.
we got a little something.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned
for that. But yeah,
you know, you couldn't. You got 2 DJs here, man.
come on now.
You gotta do something, man.
Got to, man. And I told this brother, I said, you came a long way. You know, we was over here in the getaway. I was showing him some things
under this man's tutelage.
Yeah, you know, showing him some stuff and making sure he, you know, gets right. And now he out there doing stuff with Needles and the whole 9, man. So hey, it's called growth, right?
It's called growth, man, and it's about support. Who says black people don't support black people, man?
Right. And you know, black people, stop being so picky about who y'all support, man. Just support. Show love, because then you're gonna look back once you see this show doing bigger and better things. You're gonna be like, man, they asked for my support.
And they always ask about, well, why don't we still support each other?
Yeah.
Start with the people you know.
Right. You know, all you gotta do a lot of times is just share with other people, because that may help. They be like, oh, I ain't know about all this. I ain't know about all that. But I watched this show, the Platform Sports Talk Show, and it opened up my eyes to a whole different thing. So until you try people, but support your own, man. Support each other. Bottom line, black, white, orange, whatever.
Support.
Bottom line, man. Show love. Let's everyone make their dreams come true and their goals happen as well, man.
No doubt.
Man, got a little serious, man. A little personal.
Yeah.
But people got to hear that every now and then.
Got to, man.
That's life.
Yeah.
You know. But without any further ado, enough with all the other stuff, man. It's time for
sports.
It's time for the round table. What's going on with you, man?
Man, tomorrow I cannot wait. I'm a football head, man. Not that I'm a football head. I enjoy the game of football. Anyway,
you know what it means, people. I think.
Oh my God, I'm old.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It's been beyond 40 years,
been
actually.
40 years. 1979.
Yeah.
Dang, that's 40 years.
It's crazy, man. That is crazy. But yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I'm sorry. Go
that
ahead.
was that. Okay. My mind was blown just for a minute there. Golly. All right. Yeah. 40 years, I guess. All right.
Long time, man.
Woo. All right. Yeah. So here we are again, man. 2019 NFL draft. We got a little bit of drama.
Yeah.
A little bit of drama.
Yeah,
The Arizona Cardinals is bluffing everybody.
Now they saying they don't want Kyler Murray. They're gonna get Joey Bosa. It's crazy. It's
Actually,
it's a who's
Nick
who.
Bosa, his brother.
I'm sorry, Nick Bosa. That's right.
Yeah. I still don't know. Maybe it's a bluff, maybe it's not. But, you know, if you're really looking at it, they already drafted a first round quarterback last year.
Right.
You know, people may not agree that his style may not fit the head coach there.
But for what I'm hearing, it's the other way around. Like, they feel like the way Cliff Kingsbury is, Josh Rosen is going to actually have a great season because he's going to be under a better offensive-minded coach. And not saying they're trying to compare, but look at what people thought about Jared Goff after he endured that first year with Jeff Fisher. And then see what he did the very next year with, what's his name? McVay.
Yeah, but you know,
Sean McVay, excuse me.
I said this last year about Rosen. I said out of all the quarterbacks.
And I'm sorry, did I say Josh Allen? I meant to say Josh Rosen. Sorry about that.
Josh Rosen, I said it was going to be the best of the people that got drafted last year. Baker Mayfield got drafted in number 1
overall pick
and
then number
2017, right?
No, last year.
It was last year.
And then I think right behind him was the guy from the Jets, Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Then it was Josh Allen.
Yeah,
and then last was Josh Rosen.
Yeah. So I said Josh Rosen would be the best one out of it.
Then you had Lamar Jackson as well, but
I still believe in Baker Mayfield. He's going to be good. But, you know, Josh Rosen, in my eyes, was the most NFL ready anyway. He didn't, turn the ball over a lot in college. Sam Darnold did.
Mm-hmm.
He looked shook every time, and time will tell. He might be the perfect quarterback for that team.
Yeah.
And then to get Nick Bosa, that's how the good franchises start.
Defense.
You get that top defensive player, that top offensive player, usually a quarterback. They get Nick Bosa. They already got Rosen. Those are your pillars right there.
Cornerstones.
It's your cornerstones. Build around those two guys.
And then think about the success of even the greatest show on turf. They had the great offense, but you had that defense that was solid. I mean, they were actually great, those years. Then even the Rams team last year, they wouldn't have gone as far as he did this year without having Aaron Donald do what he did on defense, and Marcus Peters, surprisingly, and when healthy, to leave
Akeem Talib, yeah.
So I don't think
Talib Kweli.
I won't do that.
Me too, man.
But this defense matters. It's important. So maybe getting Nick Bosa would be the best choice for them to start that foundation with the defense.
I'll never forget that draft. I forget the year where Houston had the first overall pick. Mario Williams was there, and Reggie Bush was there. Reggie Bush is a Houston guy. He's from Houston.
And the Houston Texans,
and who did they
first
select?
pick of the draft, they select
Mario Williams.
Everybody was like,
What? What's going on?
Now my question is, how did Mario Williams pan out?
Well, how did Reggie Bush pan out? So you never know. I was watching a show called in the Draft on NFL Network, and they was talking about this and talking about the drafts. 1990. They're talking about the best players that came out of the 1994 draft or didn't. Mm-hmm. They're just talking about the draft class in 1994. Do you know? You talk about the Rams right now, right?
Yeah.
You know who came out of 1994? Marshall Faulk. Yeah, he's first round pick, right?
He was pretty.
Keith Lyle.
Ooh.
Came out of that. Yeah.
Okay.
Isaac Bruce, third round. You know who they didn't draft, but it was on the Rams?
Who?
DeMarco Farr.
Wow.
And one Kurt Warner. 1994. Those are the two. They were undrafted free agents. Ended up being on the Rams in 1999. Rest is history. So my point is, it doesn't really matter sometimes who they pick up, who teams pick up. It's always those guys that either go late or don't go at all that may be your all-time players.
Because they had that chip on their shoulder. Shoot, they say even to this day now that Tom Brady, he sound like how you did on the video. Tom Brady.
Yeah, it's like that.
But even to this day, that he's still mad that he got picked so low.
Yeah, they was interviewing DeMarco for the show, and he was talking about that. He said every time I got a sack in the NFL, I would get up and I'd do my celebration, and I would gesture to all those teams that passed me up and didn't even pick me.
Yeah.
Shoot, Kurt Warner had to go play in the Arena League and the World League and then bagging groceries before he got another shot. He got picked up, undrafted free agent by the Green Bay Packers, went to camp. He was the third or fourth string.
Played behind Favre and another guy.
Yeah. Got cut. They said he can't cut it in the NFL. Did all of this, and then here comes Dick Vermeil. Let's get this guy a shot. Let's bring him in the camp. Just on a whim in 1998. He was on the practice squad in 1998.
Yeah.
And then that fateful day in preseason 1999 happened. Rest is history.
Right. and now he's a Hall of Famer.
Now he's a Hall of Famer.
Who would have thunk it? Shouts out to Stan.
Oh, what a thunk it.
So going back to this draft, I know you have.
Yes. Now we were talking about one Kyler Murray, but we talked about Nick Bosa, but we also have Mel Kiper's big board. Now I don't agree personally with Mel Kiper. I think he's a quack. I think that he doesn't know what he's talking about. So what,
But then you had Ty McShay as well, right?
Yeah. Which I agree with him more. All right. So you want me to read them off, or what do you want to do?
Just a couple of them.
A couple. Yeah. All right. So the couple of Mel Kiper's picks, you got Kyler Murray, Nick Bosa, Josh Allen, which you were on. Yeah, Josh Allen, he's a linebacker out of Kentucky. Quentin Williams, who's on most boards. Dwayne Haskins, who's a quarterback there.
It's going to be interesting about him to see who will actually be the first quarterback chosen. Will he be Kyler Murray? Will it be Haskins? Quentin Williams, isn't he the quarterback too?
No, Quentin Williams is defensive tackle.
Okay. Even Mizzou's on Drew Lock.
Drew Lock is
they saying he's going up the charts because of his progression that he's had throughout all 4 years of college. And
Drew Lock actually
is really big.
Yeah, and Drew Lock is actually on Mel Kiper's top 10, but he's on Top McShay's top 10 at number 10, going to the Denver Broncos. He has about the same people. He has Quentin Williams and your Nick Bosa, Josh Allen. He also has Rashawn Gary, defensive end, Michigan. It's a name.
I think this draft is really going to be defensive heavy.
Yeah, it's going to be
year.
defensive heavy.
Yeah.
This go
especially
around.
The first round, I think.
Yeah, definitely. You got some key players there. Devin White out of LSU. Yes, Montez Sweet out of Mississippi State, defensive end, who's pretty impressive pass rusher. Guy, and of course, Josh Allen. He's a beast, linebacker out of Kentucky, man. Yeah. I want to see how he does in his career, though. So, yeah, those are some of the names. But Kyler Murray is on the top of everybody's list right now. I think the Cardinals will. Will stick to their word and not pick Kyler Murray, though. But stranger things has happened.
True.
In the NFL draft.
True.
Never know. And what I like about it this year, since they got rid of those high inflated rookie contracts,
right?
Draft picks can be traded a lot smoother. So there's always trades up and down the draft board. That is going to be the story. Somebody might trade to get the first round pick.
I'm gonna say, watch out for the Redskins.
Then what happens?
That just changes the whole board.
Nick Bosa gets picked by the Cardinals, but the second pick is the San Francisco 49ers. What do? They already got Garoppolo, and they got that backup that was doing good. Do they need a quarterback? All right, then somebody will somebody trade to get that pick to get Kyler Murray.
Right.
It's up in the air right now, man.
And that's why it's called the draft.
Yeah, man. It's exciting, man.
Yeah. So staying on the football tip, today the Beast, Marshawn Lynch, announced his retirement officially.
Oh, man.
After 12 seasons. So never forget that playoff game, wild card against the Saints in Seattle. They said the place felt like an earthquake when he made that run.
They called it, they nicknamed it Beastquake because of the reaction of the crowd. Being a hater of the Seattle Seahawks, I know how tough it is for the Rams to play there. It gets loud, and the stadium is built to be loud. Then you got beast mode going beastquake in that stadium. That I think is the greatest run in NFL history, in my opinion.
Yeah,
nothing topping that, man.
Now, what memory will he be remembered the most? Will it be that run or the lack of not getting the ball in Super Bowl?
I thought of something else that he would be more remembered for. It ain't even anything on the field.
Oh, Lord.
It's his off the field non-answers.
Right. I forgot about that. Well, and I said New Orleans. I meant to say the Patriots, but
yeah, I think that missed call would be more on the coach. Yeah, not on beast mode. I mean, everybody's saying you should have gave it to beast mode. I think he'll be more remembered by his either his love for Skittles or his I'm thankful sitting in the cut with the shades on with his one word answers and stuff. Those were classics.
I'm just here so I don't be fine.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Right. All those answers he had were just precious moments for the media to take in.
Yeah, and it was like I always sided with him because why you gonna find a man when he don't want to talk to anybody?
And you already knew this from the get-go.
Yeah, you want to demonize somebody for saying the wrong things,
right?
But when he don't want to say nothing at all, you gonna find him too. That just didn't make sense to me.
And it goes back to the conversation we had plenty of times about how the media or how the NFL wants to make a certain person look bad. Look at T.O. and Chad Ochocinco. Those guys never got in trouble with the law.
No,
but you want to treat them as if they're villains. Kaepernick, the man took a knee for different reasons that people took the wrong way, but you're treating him as if he was a marked man and he hated he hated the flag and USA. It wasn't even about that, but you're vilifying him as if so.
And now here's a guy, right? You got Marshawn Lynch. And we talked about T.O., we talked about Chad Ochocinco.
Yeah.
That was notorious for saying something out of bounds.
Wait a minute.
And now you got Marshawn Lynch that don't want to say nothing and you find him.
Hold on, wait a minute.
We got a call coming in?
We got someone on the line here. Wait a minute. Hello.
No. Can't let you do it. Can't let you do it.
We have Stan on the line. On the line.
It's Stan, baby. But I just thought, no. All right, T.O. didn't do nothing. Chad done had some trouble with the law before. We're not going to act like on when he put hands on his girlfriend.
Yeah. So, yeah, correction. So Chad, my bad. You off the list. So go ahead.
Yeah, Chad on the list. But T.O. ain't did nothing wrong except love him some him.
Right.
And got penalized for it. He got penalized for self-love.
Yeah.
What? What did Marshawn Lynch do? Nothing.
He didn't want to talk.
He literally did nothing.
He got in trouble for doing nothing.
Right.
He got in trouble for being quiet.
Right.
Nothing. That man had the classic black parent. Look, got in trouble for doing nothing.
Right.
Didn't even do nothing, man.
He's sitting at home in time out like, what I do wrong?
Yeah, I ain't even do nothing.
Yeah, man.
I think the biggest thing that's gonna hang over his head, and it's not even his fault, like y'all said, but that last call right there on the goal line.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I totally.
It wasn't like he didn't want the ball. He thought he was gonna get the ball.
I mean, if you look at his numbers during that game, that's proof right there that he was controlling the.
He was trucking everybody. On that defense. He was trucking everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. My favorite reaction from that play was Russell Wilson. He was like, gosh darn it. That play.
No, my favorite is Richard Sherman. He had the face like, no.
Oh, but look, a video of Tom Brady, and he was looking dejected, like he was expecting, Marshawn
to run it in for the score.
And then he all of a sudden had like this look, like, what just happened? For real? Like, interception? So
yeah,
it's crazy, man. But yeah, you're right. Chad Ocho, my bad. You off the list, bro.
Chad was messing up out here.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So, Stan, I appreciate that. And for the people watching the show, just comment. let me know, if me and Sadal is off a little bit. That's why we need y'all to interact with us. But how you doing, Stan? What's going on with you?
Man, I'm good. I'm on a segment right now.
There you go.
Yeah, just handling some business.
All right.
Was watching the show while handling said business.
Appreciate it, man.
I was like, nope, can't let you go.
Right.
You got to make this right.
Hey, correct me if I'm wrong.
Tarnish
Yeah.
the good name.
We wouldn't expect nothing less from you, Stanton.
No, we can't.
Yeah. but I gotta say, I expected more from you, dog. I'm gone 1 week. You just gonna take my seat? That's what we doing. That's what we doing. You just gonna take.
Smooth said I could sit here.
Oh Lord, he would
just gonna take a seat in the table.
Smooth said.
The fire.
Smooth said.
Put me right in the fire. Dang it, Sadal.
You did. That's what Miles gonna sit over there.
Oh man, no, it's all good, man. But
I'm just warming up your seat, man. I'm just warming up your seat, bro.
Woo. Also, 2 things before I get off the line.
Yeah.
Number 1, I just dropped something on SoundCloud. Make sure y'all check that out. I'm gonna post the link in the comments because, yep, that's what I do. And number 2, hey, yo, the dog.
What?
How them Cardinals looking?
Oh,
They look good.
they are a first. Go ahead.
No. Oh, they look good, huh? They don't look third place. Well, we on the 5-game win streak. Just swept the Brewers. Yelich ain't get not one.
Stanton, I'm gonna tell you, like I said to
Yelich
Smooth,
ain't get one.
it is April. We ain't even at the All-Star break, not even near. We ain't even get out the first month of the season. Now, they look good, and I hope they keep it up, but it's only April, man.
Man, we looking good, and we have nowhere to go but up. What just happened? Martinez is back, but he's going to be a relief pitcher. So that's cool.
Yeah.
What else? Harrison Bader just got off the injured list.
And it's not even guaranteed that he's gonna start.
Right. We don't.
Yeah, because
we would love him to start. He ain't got to start.
Yep. Baby, we're gonna
Have him chill out. Let Martinez do his thing.
Yep. We're gonna definitely break that down and all the reasons why he may not have that starting job very soon in regards to Bader.
Well,
I'm the kind of Cardinal fan that don't want to. I'm not gonna let him off the hook just yet. I want him to win, keep on winning. Then I give him their props.
Just killing it.
Yeah. All right.
I just hope they keep it up.
All right, Stan, man. You be safe out there in them streets, handling your segments and everything.
I'll be back next week.
Oh, KM will be back as well.
I will be on segment.
Hell.
I will be on segment next week.
Hell.
Yeah. But
wait, what? What happened?
I said I will be on segment next week.
Oh yeah, this your week. Oh yeah, I got you.
All right, everyone. That was Stan. Stan, you have a good one, bro.
I'm gone.
Yeah, that was Stan. He had to go ahead and make his appearance on the YouTube and everything, man. Make sure y'all check out his link that he's gonna post up very soon. SoundCloud. It is hella funny. It's gonna be pretty dope. But once again, Marshawn Lynch retires. Other news: Big Ben Roethlisberger got a extension today.
Ho hum hum.
Dude about to get paid like 30-something mil for the next year or two.
That's not ho hum money, but
and I'm sorry. I'm
to
saying,
the player ho hum.
What I'm saying is 30 mil each year.
Yeah, I know. That's no ho hum.
He's gonna be like one of the top 3 highest paid QBs in the game. What does that say? With everything that has gone down with Le'Veon Bell, with Antonio Brown, and their issues with the Steelers and with Ben, that the Steelers go right around and sign on to this big old payday.
I think that's just because he's the only one left. We gotta make him happy. We can't have him angry with at us. We already got 2 players that wanted to leave. We gotta make Big Ben happy.
Hold on.
We got another call?
Yes, we do.
Oh man! Oh.
All right, Stan.
Yep, I had to come back because I forget Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. I agree.
Why?
They gotta keep them happy, man. They had two of their stars. Leave. They got to make Big Ben happy. They don't want to make him mad. Then who they have at the league?
Big Ben ain't been content since he pulled off the heist of the century. When we're not even gonna talk about that.
Cause think about it. If Big Ben is not there, who else they have?
Look, we gonna
Landry Jones.
Landry Jones. What other big name on the Steelers do they have?
Concerning what I was about to say, I'm gonna do what he should have done back then, and I'm just gonna leave that alone.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Shots fired. Pow pow.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
But it's amazing how you sign an extension to a person who multiple people who have played on the team have said that he's the reason that, like, multiple people have pointed at him. Y'all gonna keep him? Y'all don't want to win.
And this goes beyond last season. They were talking about this. Former players were talking about Big Ben way before Le'Veon Bell or Brown was talking about him.
Yeah.
And also, how many
they
times...
call him Big Blame.
And how many times...
They call him Big Blame because he always blame everybody else on stuff.
How many times did you hear him say after a game, you know, yeah, I mean, not having it anymore. I'm, thinking about retiring. I'm thinking about this. And now you've been on to sign this contract.
I mean, money talk, man. I'll play a couple more years.
I don't know. It seems to me that Pittsburgh... They've always been known as that story franchise that always ran a nice, tight ship, not a lot of issues. But recently, you're starting to see it.
I dare say we are on the dawning of a changing of the guard as far as elite franchises.
So who is the elite franchise now, if it's not like a Pittsburgh?
I wouldn't say now. Well, now is... the Cheaterites, of course.
Yeah.
But in the future, you look at the AFC North, who do you have? Steelers are on the decline.
You got Baltimore.
Bengals are the Bengals.
You got the Browns.
Baltimore's okay, but then you got the Browns.
Are you saying that the Browns should be considered a elite franchise now?
Browns in 5.
Not now.
But coming up soon.
But soon. Very soon.
Let's see what happens this upcoming season with Odell on a team. Will he bring drama, or will he uplift that franchise to where they want to be at? I think his first year is going to be critical.
It's got to be. It's all on Baker Mayfield, man. He's got to produce. Ain't no excuses.
Yeah.
I mean, according to the I almost said the Knicks, Lord, the Giants GM, they got rid of the cancer, so.
A cancer? Got rid of a cancer.
You didn't see his comments?
You call him a cancer? But y'all just signed him. Y'all signed him to a long-term deal. But he's a cancer now?
He's sad. He like kind of sideswiped Odell and called him a cancer. Like the cancer was removed. And it's like, okay, well, who just left your team, bro?
Really?
Like, you gotta be clever.
Oh, I think I got an idiot of the week. Who is this man's name? Who is this guy?
David Gettleman. I believe that's him. What was I gonna say?
That's the guy.
You know what? Maybe he never recovered from that trip that Odell and Justin Bieber took.
Man,
let me drive the boat. No. How can you call somebody a cancer, but you signed them to a long-term deal before that? That makes a lot
when they signed them. When they signed him to the long-term deal, they were like, all right, we didn't sign him to trade him. That's up. Well, you know what? I say that Odell was the Tommy Pham of the Giants.
Yeah.
He spoke his mind, and then what happened? Shipped him out.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all right. But just like Tommy Pham.
Look at what he's doing now. Dude is playing incredible.
Okay, so if we're using that logic, does this mean that the Giants are going to play incredible? Because as he is playing, so are the Cardinals right now.
Mm-hmm. That's a negative. That's a negative. The
I
Giants
mean,
ain't
I'm
gonna
just
do
saying,
that.
if we gonna use an analogy, we gotta go full force. But yeah, the Giants are done. I predict them drafting Dwayne Haskins.
Yeah,
I
me too.
predict it.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's gonna start before the season's over.
With that being said,
They signed.
but look, with that
They
being
signed
said,
Eli.
I'm gonna bring it up. They have so much trust in Eli as if he had a breakout season last year.
That's great. You can have trust in Eli, but I'm telling you, somebody gonna catch him. Somebody gonna catch Eli slipping on a play.
Father
And
Time. That's who's gonna catch. I said Father Time. That's who's gonna catch him slipping.
Well, Father Time and probably Khalil Mack.
Right. Between them two.
Hey, so staying with the with football this Saturday for all those in the Lou, head out to St. Mary's High School, the St. Louis Slam, the women's professional football league. Their team, shouts out to Spicy. They will be doing a thing this Saturday night, 7:00 p.m. We need to go ahead and make it happen. So
I am on assignment that night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try to make it out there.
The Giants playing the Bears on the 24th, meaning that Dwayne Haskins is gonna start on December 1st against the Packers.
If he gets drafted to the Giants, we'll see.
He's going to the Giants.
I don't know.
You see, they only signed him to like what, 2 years?
Who's the head coach right now of the Giants? What's his name?
I have no idea right now.
I'll pull it up real quick.
Some guy.
The power of Google.
Some guy.
Let's see. Pat Shermer.
Okay, him.
He seemed like a company man. He don't seem like that kind of guy that's like a renegade or, outlaw that say, you know what, forget what everybody's saying. I'm going to do what's best for the team. I think he's one of those guys like, yes, sir, we'll go ahead and get this guy because you said so.
You're nothing in 35. That company stuff go out the window.
Right. It's time to make a change like MJ.
Right.
Yeah. But
it's a player, y'all. The draft. I know the draft's coming up. It's a player. I think he's from Iowa State, the running back. I can't remember. I can't remember. What did I say? I think I saw him on Bleacher Report. He's from Iowa State. Dude had 1,000. Yep, here he is. What's his name? Show me his name. David Montgomery.
Yeah, I'm looking at him right now. 5'10", 210 pounds, dual threat quarterback.
Yeah, they have him slated as a second round pick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You said running back or quarterback?
He's a running back, but
he's
he
a running
could
back.
play.
They made an error for a quarterback.
Yeah, he could play quarterback.
Wait, he was a quarterback out of high school.
Right. Dual threat quarterback.
And then he switched to running back, which means he can throw too.
Right. Shout out to Google, man. Y'all coming with the facts, everything
Clutch,
I need.
man.
Right
So
there.
all I'm saying is, I'm just gonna put this out there so people be watching the show. I can't look at the camera, but I'm just gonna say it. With Ty Gurley having arthritis coming or something dealing with it, we just got our other running back healthy. Brown is back.
Right. What's
the hurt in drafting David Montgomery?
Especially if you can't trust Gurley and his with his injury concerns. Like he's been having knee issues since college.
Yeah, he blew out his ACL in college.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I feel like that'll be a smart pick by the round. I'd be fully behind it. Don't waste the first round pick. Well, I
wouldn't be opposed to them getting a defensive linebacker or something like that,
and that's what I read.
Or defensive back.
Sources are saying
safeties.
Sources are saying that their primary focus right now is strictly defense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Linebacker and defensive back.
So the question will be: would David Montgomery still be available by the time the Rams want to get him? And that's
maybe like third or fourth round or something.
That's why they had the draft, people.
Yes, why you gotta watch, and it's 3 days, man.
No, tomorrow. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
tomorrow,
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Yeah, so a lot about to go down, man. While I have you on the phone still, Stan, the XFL team that's playing in the Lou, they just hired a black coach.
Yeah, they did.
Okay,
yes, they did.
Yes, his name is Jonathan Hayes. He used to be understaffed with the Cincinnati Bengals under Marvin Lewis. He has.
He used to play too.
Yeah, he has a lot of Midwest ties. A lot of people in the Lou, of course, don't really know him. He doesn't have that name that pops out, but he wants to let everyone in St. Louis know that he wants to bring a hard-nosed team who plays a great game and bring excitement to the Dome. So it goes down February 2020. The team name has not been discussed yet, but they out.
I hope it's not a Vince McMahon name.
We're gonna find out soon.
Oh Lord!
It basically
The
says
St. Louis Viking Raiders.
speaking of that,
They changed the name, didn't they?
yeah. So of course it was what War Raiders in the NXT.
Yeah.
Then it was the Viking,
Viking Experience.
Then it was the Viking Raiders. Then I read today that they had somewhere on Bleacher Report that someone put on there the Viking Warriors. So we all know what the name gonna be.
They should have named them Tag Team number 1 and 2.
Right. Or them guys.
Generic team.
Yeah. But
no, ain't nothing generic about them boys.
yeah, so real quick, the coach from the future, well, I guess the now XFL St. Louis coach Hayes, he says it's a privilege to have an opportunity to be a head coach and general manager of the XFL's team in St. Louis. I spent most of my NFL playing career in Missouri and also played college ball in the Midwest, so I know firsthand that you won't find better football fans anywhere. That's a plug right there.
Thank you.
We're going to work hard to put together a team that's fun and exciting to watch, and that the fans of St. Louis can rally around and support. So there we go. Jonathan Hayes, your new XFL coach for your St. Louis XFL team.
I will be watching because it's football and it's in St. Louis.
Will you be at the first game?
I will try.
February 2020.
Yeah, I will definitely try.
Yep.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
so.
It's gonna be snow on the ground and everything.
Well, it's football.
Yep. It's what they do. But yeah, anything else then?
Houston and Golden State about to meet up earlier than we all expected.
And I didn't realize that until I was talking to my boy Evan at work. I said, you know what? Wait a minute. Golden State has to play Houston next.
Oh man.
So like you're gonna have the Western Conference Finals doing the quarterfinals. But it should be entertaining.
Yeah.
It should be entertaining though. Shouts out to J Mack. He has Rams eaters. Then we have DJ Zolani. This is a solid brother right here, man. He's a great DJ as well. He got his own business going. He checking in. Shouts out to you, bro. Everyone share this video right now. Let everybody who are sports fans tune in to this show and interact with us, man. But Stan,
Subscribe and hit that bell.
right, because once we go live,
You'll be notified.
there it is. That's Stan on the hotline one more again.
Yeah. I think that's it. Unless y'all talk about something else.
You already know.
You're right.
You already know they're coming with it. We're going to come with all the hot stuff. But
You know what I mean. Unless y'all talk about something else to catch my attention. Be like, nope, let me come on here. All right.
I got you, man. You have a good one again.
For the second time, stand gone.
All right, some other news, man. Let me know your thoughts real quick. Jonte Porter, younger brother of Michael Porter Jr., he declares again for the NBA draft. Of course, he just broke his tore his ACL again, but he's planning on recovering and trying to get to the draft. But he still has an option, like Tillman, after a certain time frame. I think a month from now, that he can say, you know what, maybe I won't go into.
Why did he declare, man? Why did he even just waste his time?
Truthfully, to me, you should have just made it happen in Mizzou, but who am I? In 2020, not only will we have the XFL, but the Olympic qualifier will be here at the Enterprise Center. That is a big deal.
Yes,
for
it's specifically it is the women's and men's gymnastics finals, trials, I should say,
right
here in St. Louis. So, you know, all the Olympic hopefuls will be gathered here in St. Louis to try to earn their spot on the Olympic team. And of course, the ladies are beasting this out.
Yeah.
You know, as far as, you know, the gymnastic side of things. and they will all be here. And so that should be exciting to watch.
One of the coolest things that I saw back when I used to work at the Hyatt Regency Riverfront as Mark Hotel, for those back in the day, for like a whole week, they had a gymnastic event in our big ballroom. So they had everything. I mean, it was super dope, and I was able to see them live. And I had so much respect, more respect for what them gymnasts do. Because it's not easy to be hanging on bars and doing this, and
I can't even carry a bunch of groceries in 2 hours trying to get to my apartment without weakening it up.
But you know, I mean, these people, they come in, men and women, they come in just, I mean, boom. You know, you gotta have the muscles. You know,
you have to. That core strength, got to be.
But to be able to have this event in which, like you said, this is a trial. Like, you have to bring your A game to make it to the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have some fierce competition. You're going to have the freaking country. I mean, the world. Not just the country. You're going to have the world coming in town to check this out.
Yeah, because like I said, this is not just the United States here. There's fans from around the world that's the fan of our team. And there's folks that are from around the world that are competing for our team. Yeah. And it's going to be a lot of pretty heavy competition, and they are really good.
Yeah.
Like I said, the ladies, they've been racking up all kinds of gold medals. Mm-hmm. From names escape me now. The 2 sisters that won the gold medals on the women's gymnastics team. Simone Biles.
Oh, yeah. And I forgot the name.
Oh, forgive me. I'm
about to pull it up real. Tip of the tongue, because she won a couple years ago.
Yes. You know who I'm talking about.
Yes.
Gabby Douglas.
There we go. Thank you. I'm like,
yes, I redeemed myself.
And once again, for those watching this show for the first time, you have the option to go ahead and just comment. Let us know what's on your mind in regards to sports. Let's talk about it. This show is about y'all, not just about us. Last one I want to bring up, Vlad Guerrero Jr. finally got called up today by the Toronto Blue Jays.
Bad Vlad's kid.
If you have not watched him on YouTube, look at his videos. This dude, we talked about how Ozuna be hitting home runs. Vlad Guerrero Jr., this dude is special.
So he's a chip off the old block.
But he could be even better.
You know, a lot of these second generation cats are coming out. We got Vlad Guerrero Jr., Fernando Tatis Jr.
Yeah.
And the guy that plays,
even recall Dante Bichette.
Yeah, his son.
His son, Bo Bichette. Even unfortunately, yesterday he broke.
Roger Clemens' son.
Unfortunately, he broke his hand yesterday, so he may be out for a while.
Roger Clemens' son. I think he plays catcher.
Kobe Clemens.
Yeah. These second generation players are making some waves, man.
There you go. I just want to send out some stuff here to everyone who want to tune in. Okay.
Raul Mondesi's son.
Remember what's his name? Delano DeShields.
His
son. Eric Young, his son.
Yeah.
I mean, he's speedy too.
Well, he's been in the league for a little while. Eric Young's son.
Yeah. But it just shows how old we are too.
Yeah.
Cause like what?
I remember when y'all daddies was
in their prime too.
In their prime.
Not when they were like, old heads. No, we talking about in their prime.
Like
Tatis. In the league.
I remember Tatis before Scott Rowland. It was Tatis.
Yeah.
He was there with Mark McGwire and, oh, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Dang.
It's crazy. Time just flies. So that was the round table. We hope y'all
just
have
like the draft
it.
Been on TV for 40 years.
Right. All right, man. So first one up, congrats to the St. Louis Blues.
Man, I might be doing a special segment of congratulations. I said me and Brian Baker.
Yeah.
Said they have no chance. They gonna lose. Well, they are going strong.
What happened?
What happened was
a great series, man. They defeated Winnipeg Jets 4-2. Every game prior to Game 6, the road team won. Game 6 was at home in St. Louis, and the Blues pulled it out. Jaden Schwartz had 3 goals. He had the hat trick. I am very impressed with this Blues team. I won't go too far in regard to any kind of like crazy predictions, anything like that, because I still want the train to keep on going.
I did see the headlines. I'm not even going to repeat what the headlines said about the Blues.
Yeah.
I'm just going to let it be.
Yeah. But one thing I will say for those who watch the Blues or who watch hockey, this is the most talented and deepest, that's the key word, deepest team that we've had in maybe a long fight forever.
Really? Well, here's what's mind-boggling to me. Just a year ago, we were talking about how the Blues absolutely sucked.
Right.
They couldn't get anything right.
Right.
They were losing, and going into this season, they were losing on top of losing.
And then
what happened between
change.
then and now?
I'm glad you asked. In December, they fired Mike Yeo and brought in Craig Berube. He was the assistant coach behind Mike Yeo.
That sounds familiar.
Right. Berube took over, and J Max says, "Don't jinx him." You're right. I'm not gonna jinx.
You ain't gonna do that.
All I'm doing right now is bringing facts. I'm not saying no projection, no predictions, just facts. He came in, he changed the culture of the team. He let everyone know, hey, this is all about winning and doing what's best for the team. He was a guy when he played in his years, he was an enforcer. He didn't take no mess. And that's how he is right now as a coach.
That's where he is. Yeah.
And he made Game 5, when they played in Dallas, he made a huge adjustment mid-game by taking this player who was doing good throughout the season from this line and moving to this line and brought this guy up to, whatever. I don't want to say name because y'all may not know a lot of the players' names. But let's just say he knows how to make adjustments.
Those tactics sounds familiar,
right?
Too.
He knows how to make adjustments on the fly to better the team. And when he made those adjustments, all the players played better.
Sounds like a certain manager for the St. Louis Cardinals right now. Currently,
it's all about, as a coach, it's all about managing. It's all about doing what's best for the team and putting your guys in the best position to win. And that's what Berube has done. Going back to the players, though, we finally have a goalie.
I know that's been a bugaboo of ours.
Oh my God!
I haven't been. I don't follow hockey, and I know that.
We finally have a goalie, man. Jordan Bennington. They call him Winnington. Dude they call him also flatline because he has no oh my God. He doesn't get nervous. He doesn't get too hyped. He just stays even keel.
Those are your best players.
He is a brick wall.
That's your best players. I want my players to not have any emotions. Just go out there and do their job.
Let me tell you what he did after Game 5. So the series was tied at 2, right? The Blues won that game. Series are now Blues up 3-2. They in Winnipeg when they won that game. Normally, regular season, earlier on in the playoff, you celebrate, everyone head to the goalie. They shake hands or hug or, boom, whatever. One player went to him and he shook their hand. And he just immediately, and the teammates followed him, they immediately left the ice and said, let's go home.
Business.
No time to celebrate.
Business.
Let's go home. That's what you need.
Yeah.
That is what you need. We finally have a goalie in which a defenseman or other players, they may mess up on the play, but he can save you. Back then, we didn't have that. It was like, uh-oh, wait a minute. He messed up. And then next second, they score. No, we mess up. What a stop by Bennington. We have that now. So I'm very confident with this Blues team. A lot of things has changed for the better. I won't say anything else, but let's go Blues.
Yeah, that's all I'll say right now. Let's go Blues, man.
Yeah. And real quick, just going around the NHL. Remember last week we talked about a lot of these higher seed teams losing.
Yeah.
And it still continued. Nashville Predators, They lost.
Wow.
They were now for those who not aware in hockey in both divisions, and you have the East, you have the West. You have you have different divisions in the East and the West. The West has 2 divisions. East has 2 divisions. So that's why you may see number 1 seed versus versus wild card on one side, and then you see it again later on because you have 2 number 1s, 2 number 2s, whatever else. Nashville was on the central side, and they were number 1. They lost to the wild card team, Dallas Stars, 4-2.
Wow.
Calgary Flames, they were the number 1 overall team in the West. They lost their series.
So you could say they went down in flames?
Yes. They were subdued by a Avalanche.
Oh.
And if they were the wild card team, they lost 4-1. Then, now, the only team in the West who did win a series that should I say, the San Jose Sharks, they were number 2. They defeated the Golden Knights last night.
That's kind of like an upset because of how far the Knights went last year.
Exactly. So, right now you have the Avalanche versus the San Jose Sharks. And once again, the St. Louis Blues versus the Dallas Stars. Then the East, remember I said earlier, the overall number 1 seed was the Tampa Bay Lightning. They lost. They got swept by the wild card seed Columbus Blue Jackets.
Wild card number 2, I see. The
Right.
second wild card team.
Second wild card team.
Oh, my God.
And then the Boston Bruins, they
Against the very top seed.
Exactly.
This got swept.
Got swept.
Wow.
No chance in hell. Boston Bruins, the number 2 seed, they defeated the number 3 seed Toronto Maple Leafs. And then tonight you have Game 7, Washington Capitals versus the Carolina Hurricanes. The Capitals are the other number 1 seed in the East.
And that wild card team pushed it to 7 games.
And then the Pittsburgh Penguins, they were the number 3 seed. They got swept by the New York Islanders, the number 2 seed. So, playoff hockey is on the popping, man.
Oh, man.
On
All I will say is go Blues, man.
Let's go, man. Make history.
Of all the years, go Blues.
Make history. Keeping with the St. Louis theme, St. Louis Cardinals.
Bird talk.
Bird talk. So as of right now, the Stan says horrible puns. He's talking about the Avalanche.
Yeah.
Bird talk. So what this is we give our positive and negatives of the Cardinals season to date. Overall, right now, the Cardinals are the best team record-wise in the National League. How you feel about that, man? I know it's only April, but last year we couldn't say this at all.
Really, it's not about the record right now for me.
It's just how they playing.
It's just the look of the team.
And you know, for those who, you have to really watch the game. I ain't saying you go watch every game, but I watch every game pretty much. Like, I'm dialed in. And just seeing how this team plays.
Now, I've been
totally different.
I've been watching casually because, you know, business.
Busy man, right.
But the times I've watched them, you could just tell that they're just playing differently.
They starting to get their swagger back. Something that they have not had since the days of LaRusso. Because back then I used to say, every game, win or lose, you knew that you don't get their best effort.
Yeah.
Tight defense. You tight situations in the game. You making plays happen. You know, we're not so dependent on the home run like we used to be. Now we're spraying the ball around the field. We lead the league in advanced metrics in regards to base running. You know, going from first to third.
It's not about home running.
Or going second to home.
It's about advancing the runners.
Yes. We are actually second in all of baseball in runs scored a game. Like all this you can say
now,
in the past.
I'm not going to sit up here and act like I was this big major player.
Mm-hmm.
I played a little bit of baseball, but I played enough baseball to know and can tell if a team is not in it as far as baseball wise. You can tell that this team is in the game, and it's because of the manager.
Yeah.
Mike Schilt, he is really doing A fine job, man. So far.
Yes,
So far.
he has, like Berube, he has changed the culture, man. He came in and basically and said, it's time to change some stuff up. And also, what helps is that he is a great communicator, like you brought up a few weeks ago.
He's a great communicator, and he is not afraid to get into the 21st century way of thinking about baseball.
Preach.
And looking at those advanced metrics and really
His hidden coach to be coaches. He doesn't he don't hear one thing and says, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just do what I want to do. He listens to his players. He communicates with them. Hey, just say no. I'm gonna go ahead and have this guy play this game here coming up, and he'll tell you the reason why.
Yeah.
And the guys are cool with it. Look what he's doing right now, in which this is going to the positive now. Look what he's doing right now with Dexter Fowler.
He's making this man get out of it, whatever slump he was in,
It's gone.
and it's gone.
Dude is batting over 300. He's starting to sting the ball. Hell, he's even playing center field because Harrison Bader was hurt. And now it's to the point that, and this is what I look forward to seeing with Schilt. Because if it was that old guy, the previous manager,
Don't bring him up.
it would have been a disaster waiting to happen.
Because it would have been the same old soup warmed over.
That's my guy. I'm going to put him in no matter what. And if he sucks, I'm going to keep playing him because no.
It'd be the same old dry wheat toast having type of calls. Same old, okay, you bat 1, 2, 3. No. Schilt is going to look at the numbers. He's already knows his team.
Mm-hmm.
He already knows how to communicate with them. He also knows he could put them in the right positions, and he is a modern day manager.
Yeah. And
it's not about throwing down the rule of thumb. You got to do this, and that. Where Tony La Russa was kind of like that. He was old school.
Mm-hmm.
Schilt is more okay, laid back, let the guys play, listen, let's have fun.
right. And like you said before, he plays that model of baseball where you're seeing more shifts. I remember last year or 2 years ago, I think someone asked Wainwright about how you feel about shifts. And he was like, I prefer not to have it done because it may affect how I pitch and da-da-da-da. Schilt lets everyone know, hey, we're going to shift over here because of what the numbers say. And now the Cardinals are one of the best defensive teams in baseball. You can say that the last couple years.
I have a mini rant about the shifts.
Uh-huh.
You don't like the shift? Hit the ball where they're not.
Right.
Simple.
It's pretty bad.
Quit crying over the shift. If they shift left, hit right. If they shift right, hit left and shut up.
Because
the shift.
You are paid to hit the ball.
And if you keep doing that, guess what? They won't shift on you.
Yep. And which
Who would have thunk it?
which leads to Jeff Albert, the hitting coach. He has changed this whole team around. Paul DeYoung is about to be an all-star. These last 2 years, he was known to, he has a lot of power, a lot of talent, but he always struck out a lot. Paul DeYoung rarely strikes out now. And less strikeouts mean more contact. More contact, you're maximizing your potential.
Yeah, you're on the base more. You're able to
Exactly.
advance.
I mean,
and score runs.
Dude has been the most productive, steady hitter all season long. And you haven't had to worry about, here comes a strikeout. Here it comes.
Yeah.
No, he is, the team as a whole is just playing with confidence. A confidence that they have not had in a long time.
I kind of wish we still had Fam. He'd be perfect for this team.
And that's why I brought up the whole thing last week with the what if. Like if having that kind of fam.
Cole Wong is stepped up
him.
in that role though,
and
as a spark plug.
Like I said, look at Ozuna.
Ozuna woke up his back.
He's playing now. His defense still sucks.
Yeah,
it's like how in the hell did he get a Gold Glove 3 years ago?
I have no idea because his arm. His arm was like a cannon.
But the thing is that you can't use your arm if you can't catch the ball.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Don't remind me of that. That he done made one of the more classic bloopers that ever go down.
Dude, he had one today. He ran past the ball, and the ball ended up going behind him. While he went this way, the ball came back this way, and he missed the ball.
Oh, Ozuna.
But they are allowing him to be him, playing happy, not playing tight. That's what Schilt is bringing to the team. Everyone can just be themselves, be loose, and have fun and play the game. And we have a call from...
Man, we got a record amounts of calls.
from one guy.
Oh, from one guy. Okay.
What's happening, man?
Hey, man, I just went for the hat trick. Y'all talking about Ozuna. Well, at least that's where it was on the live. You got to remember that the difference between 3 years ago and this year, he was playing inside a dome. Wasn't no sunlight.
Well, no.
Nah.
Because
actually, sort of.
Actually, it's a retractable roof.
Mostly in the dome.
It's a majority dome-ish.
You got a point, though.
Yeah, I got you. But still.
Yep, and you see him out there wearing shades. I guarantee you if that boy put on some sunglasses, he'll be all right.
But you know what? Baseball is baseball. I guarantee you that man wasn't playing in the dome all his life.
Right. Shoot, he was playing in the friggin' Dominican Republic.
Yes. There was no dome stadiums in the Dominican Republic.
It was super hot. The sun is high, so it's like going to be hella bright outside.
And you probably don't have a lot of good equipment anyway.
Right.
It was cloudy all the time.
Playing with milk carts out your glove.
Yeah, and that's no shade.
Right.
Like, quite literally.
No, man, there's no excuse that you can't track a fly ball and see where it's going. That's something that you learn when you were in Little League, RBI. Come on now.
You got to learn how to judge the ball.
Come on.
Man, give him time. He'll be back.
You got time. You keep on hitting. Be good.
Yeah, just keep on
keep on
hitting moon shots to the outfield.
Matter of fact,
that's all you do.
Matter of fact, he hit a home run today. So, hey, 9 home runs.
Yeah, he got 9 on the
year. Just like on Bad Boys. From now on, this is how you drive. This is how you hit. You just hit. That's all you do.
Right.
From now on, that's how you hit.
There you go.
Hit moon shots. That's all we need you to do.
But main thing is keep having fun, man. Jose Martinez, he's just doing him. He hits. That's all he does. He hits. And I like how Schilt is keeping them guys in the lineup.
Yeah. And
like I said before about Schilt, I look forward to seeing how he's going to manage between Bader and Fowler. Cause you got to keep Martinez in the lineup every day, all day at right field.
Well, it's just the same thing. How he's managing with Matt Wieters and Molina. You know, shifting them around. Matt Wieters is no scrub either.
Right.
And so he's been managing that too.
And the good thing is that he bought into the team because he could have easily said, you know what, I'm used to playing more.
Yeah, I don't want to be a backup. He could have easily said that.
But they said he's like one of the most professional guys on the team. So he basically took in that role, and he's doing his thing.
And you know what? If he plays his cards right, he'll be the everyday catcher one day for the Cardinals.
I ain't gonna say that. Because you got Andrew Kisner coming out from the minor league.
I see. I didn't know all that.
Yeah. So I got you though. But yeah, I mean, just him being there, so in case Yachty did get hurt, he can provide defense and offense at the same time. Francisco Pena last year, he was okay defensively, but he sucked on the offense side.
Oh yeah,
and that's why he's not playing with the team now. But yeah, what's going on, Stan? Anything else?
Just one more thing. We number one, baby. That's number one.
Do you have any negatives in regards to the Cardinals right now?
Right now? Not right now.
Yeah, I can't really pinpoint one for real. Just stay
We're
healthy,
on a 5-game streak right now.
The only thing negative I had to say is it's only April. It's only April.
Here we go. I'm sorry. I do have one thing. Now I know these last 2 games has been better, but starting pitching still needs to be improved.
Yeah, they do.
We need Miles Michaelis. We need Flaherty to get into the 6th, 7th inning consistently. Now Miles Michaelis, his last start, he lasted the 8th inning, so that was great.
His first time all season going that long.
4 starts, I believe.
Yeah,
but we need Flaherty And everybody else. Now, Wainwright, he's done great. So I have no complaints. Ponce de Leon, he came in yesterday. Great job, 6 innings. He came in to fill in for Michael Walker. But we need, and Dakota Hudson, you got to do something different. Because you're not, you start out kind of strong, but then you give up 3 or 4 or 5 runs in an inning, then it messes you up.
It's a sign of a young pitcher.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
So that's my only concern or negative is starting pitching has to improve.
My only
I
negative.
feel like that would be. I feel like that'll be addressed once we get more relief.
Yeah, but
Like,
you know what?
once we
You don't
get
want
more
to.
relief pitchers.
You don't want to run your relief pitchers ragged because see that's what happened to us in years past. You know, we would go blow past the starting pitchers.
Seth
and
Maness, Kevin Seagrass would get used up every day.
every single day, and now I have a rest.
Yeah.
So you don't want that,
Hashtag save the bullpen.
right?
What is that? I say 6 innings, starter, 2 relief, 1 closer. Like what they did when they brought in, when Yelich came up to bat and they brought in Jordan Hicks, I was like, oh, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he ain't strike him out, like straight up, that ball he threw was like 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, 104, 103.
And it was a ball.
And one thing about another pitcher that needs to step up is
Reyes.
Reyes.
How Yoto has the top 5 fast pitches again?
Yep. I saw that.
Again.
Yep. He is
Around the
he is
same time
officially
period too.
he officially took over Aroldis Chapman's role as the firearm. He officially took over that. It's a new day. Yes, it is.
Reyes. What happened to Reyes, man? What happened to Reyes?
Oh, he's actually currently in the minor leagues, AAA team. They're working him up as a starter now. So when he's ready, he should be a starter again.
So they shifted him down big time. Boy, they was like, yep, you know.
Yeah, because he was off. He couldn't find his location. And with that being said, like you brought up earlier, Stan, Carlos Martinez, he was pitching off the mound a couple days ago, and Schilt and the organization felt like he couldn't bring the intensity for a long period of time. So he's going to be built up as a reliever for the remainder of the year. So that's it for him being the starter pretty much this year.
And, that's where he started, too. He didn't start out being a starting pitcher. He started actually in relief. So it's not unfamiliar for him.
Yo, I'm calling it right now. 4 Cardinal players will be All-Stars this year. Say 4.
I'm going to say 5.
Okay.
I'm not going to say anything.
We ain't
We
surprised.
know.
We ain't surprised. But yes. So that is once again Stan, y'all. And this is the Platform Sports Talk Show, your Wednesday night sports delight. I'm your boy Smooth.
And Sadal.
And Stan, baby.
Because when it's about sports,
It becomes our business.
And business just picked up. Sentence out.
there it is.
There he goes again.
Yeah. So once again, everyone, come on in with the comments. If you want to join us via phone like Stan has done 18 times, it's right above Sadal's shiny head. Because we 2 bald-headed brothers who love sports.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'd rather take that shiny head than a fake goatee on my head any day. What's his name? Boozer? What's his name?
Carlos Boozer.
Boozer? No, the other guy.
You talking about Karan Butler?
Yeah, Karan Butler. I'll just take the shave. Just give me the shave. I don't want that Karan Butler.
Bruh.
If I ever come up with something on my head like that, slap the mess out of me, man.
No problem.
just go ahead and slap the mess out.
I
Because I done clearly lost my mind at that point.
They had a video.
You know it's fake.
They had a video of his kids and the kid's mom watching their dad on TV.
And they rolling.
Man.
Yo, kids ain't got no respect for you, man.
Man, that's all I can say. Any more positive, negatives?
That's it, man.
Man. All right. Around the Major League Baseball right now, MLB. Real quick, there are some teams. Now we know it's early, but I want to do a quick browse through of the standings. Not every team, whatever, but just
There is a couple of surprises.
And remember, I said this team will win the East or go to the playoffs, and that was the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah.
They are 16-9, 2 games up over the Yankees. And what's crazy about the Yankees being 13-10 right now is they have like an all-star team of players on the IL, which is the injured list. There's no more. It's not called the DL no more. The disabled list. It's not called the injured list. They changed it up. You know about that, did you?
Oh, I kind of know why.
Yeah.
Disabled.
Yeah. They don't want to use that word. Yeah. But the Yankees have like 6 or 7 guys who are all-star caliber players on the IL right now, but they're still winning. So that's big. So once them guys come back, watch out for them.
But what happened to the Red Sox?
You talking about a terrible start. Like, wow. It's kind of like even Mookie, I'm going to say Blaylock. Remember him?
Yeah. Wow. Mookie Blaylock.
But
Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts, man, he's like this.
Tell we old boy.
Like this can't be it.
Blaylock.
But he basically saying this can't be it. Like we gotta wake up.
Yeah.
Gotta wake up.
But for them, it's only April.
It's only April.
Yeah.
No surprise, Baltimore is way down the bottom.
Yeah,
Look at the Twins. They 13-8. Good start for them.
Yeah.
The Astros, still the Astros. The Mariners. Are still doing their thing. National League, the Mets looking good right now. Phillies are kind of sliding down a little bit right now. The Nationals, they're under 500. In the Central, someone's Pirates, they are a game and a half behind.
Yeah.
The Cubs are finally winning some games.
Yeah, they finally woke up a little bit.
The Brewers are in 4th place right now. We'll take that.
Back.
Dodgers 15-10. The Padres.
That shocked me.
They're looking good right now.
Man, we can't have no daddy shows now.
Who your daddy now?
Who's your daddy now?
Hey, they all saying us.
Us.
We the daddies. But and that team actually has a nice lineup. With Machado, Tatis Jr.
Fooled the heck out of me.
They have some guys who can play. So you have to take them serious. They're on the rise.
Again.
So watch out for them.
Again. It's only April.
Right. So we'll definitely see what's happening in May.
They got some good.
June.
But you know what? People inside and around that are fans of the Padres, they've been saying that they have great prospects coming out of their AAA team. So it's just only a matter of time.
Right.
And so they feel confident that those young guys will step up. So we'll see. Kind of like the Cardinals.
All right. So, Stan said, yes, we can. And then he said, watch next week. All right, cool. All right. So that was Major League Baseball. Now we're going to talk about the NBA playoffs. Ooh. Man, it is time. Whee! It is Dame time. It's Dame time.
All I got to do is this.
Man, incredible drama.
Man.
Happened last night.
I'm so happy for Damian Lillard, man.
He deserves it, doesn't he?
Yeah. All those times where he missed the playoffs.
Right.
You get there, you get swept. Man, to finally have that moment at that time.
Incredible.
Woo.
Stephen A. Smith said on First
The
Take.
best game I've ever seen him play in his career so far.
Yeah.
Man, he was on fire.
Stephen A. Smith said it was one of the biggest moments that he's seen in his lifetime. That shot by Lillard, to shoot it from where he shot it from, right in front of Paul George. He already had 47 points, and then boom, that 3-pointer was crazy. And then to have the iconic stir.
Yeah, where everybody celebrate. He just got the told y'all I was gonna do it. I ain't surprised.
Yeah, and this dude, he's a hard-nosed cat. He doesn't believe in the whole super team kind of thing. He feel like he wants to win the natural way by facing, the best teams, not being a part of, a super team.
He was shooting on levels Steph Curry was shooting.
Right.
He had that when that last shot, that was a Steph Curry range kind of shot. And just nothing but net.
Draws. I didn't say it back in the day.
Moonshot. Draws.
Bottoms.
I forgot all about that, man. Yes. We did say that, man.
Oh, man. Back in the day.
Wet.
Right.
Wet.
Check out this drip. But, they are currently waiting the winner of the number 2 seed, the Spurs, as they face the number 2 seed, the Nuggets.
Yeah, there's still some of the old phrase. He was wet.
Right.
Jumper was wet, man.
As they face the Spurs. I think they play face off tonight. Denver waxed that thing the other night against the Spurs.
Yeah.
So game number 6 is at San Antonio. Matter of fact, I think it's tomorrow night. But we'll definitely check on that again.
And the Toronto and I'm going ahead of y'all.
Orlando. Toronto won that series 4-1. They are the number 2 seed. They will
handled
be facing,
them boys.
Yeah, they will be facing the number 3 seed Philadelphia 76ers as they just defeated the Brooklyn Nets, who played a valiant game.
Yeah, but they was leaving that like Brooklyn who?
Yeah,
Brooklyn who?
But they played a game in which every game they played pretty much they fought, but it just came to the point where you don't have enough talent. And Embiid, when he's healthy, Philadelphia is scary.
When he's healthy.
Keyword or keywords when he's healthy. He's scary.
Yeah.
J Mac said panties. Yeah, that's true. But once again, Philadelphia defeated Brooklyn Nets. Good fight by the Nets. Just got to get more talent and keep on, getting that experience, and then you'll be a better team.
Here's a series I want to see right here, man.
Boy, so
I want to see this.
Milwaukee, they swept the Detroit Pistons, and then Boston swept the Pacers.
You can say that they ran a Boston on them.
Oh Lord, ain't no bucking around,
Right.
So number 1
I
seed.
want to see that, man. This is gonna be interesting to see.
Number 1 seed Milwaukee, the overall number 1 seed, faces the Boston Celtics. Both series in the East is going to be incredible. It should be drama filled. It's going to be intense.
Should I say
what?
no LeBron James in this finals, his playoffs?
How's that? Now I don't know if you really follow a lot of the games so far, but with him not being in the playoffs, how does that make you feel as an NBA fan?
It's fun.
Really?
It's fun because you have this sense of inevitability. Yeah, LeBron James is gonna make it at the end. It's like you already know. It's always like pro wrestling. You already know the end. This now it's like shoot.
But
Golden State's not really a shoe-in either.
But with that being said, with sports,
I thought Golden State was going to be a shoe-in. I still think that, but I don't think it's that much of a sure thing now.
But with sports, though, a lot of fans, and that's why he's such a big draw, they love to see the best player in the game be in the playoffs.
That's true, but as a basketball fan, I'm a LeBron James fan. Yeah, it's good to see him. But look how long we've had him in the playoff. It's been years since we haven't seen him. So it's good to see these other guys get their shine.
Great theater, though. It was always great theater seeing him battle through the Eastern Conference. Like last year they had the 7-game series with Boston. That was great theater.
I get it.
And then
I get
fans love to see him succeed as the greatest player in the game right now, or best player. But they also love to see him lose.
I get that too. But did you see Portland and OKC game last night?
Wonderful.
Not one sighting of LeBron James in sight, but yet that was a great game.
Right.
And Damian Lillard a guy that has been overshadowed by a lot of these other guys in the Western Conference. Team getting overshadowed by these other teams in the Western Conference. To see him and that team do what they did last night, you can't tell me that ain't entertainment, man. Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? And that's all we asked for. Okay, of course.
I'm rooting, low key, I'm rooting for the Trailblazers, man.
And
just
I
because.
don't blame you.
Just because.
And that's all we asked for is, we know LeBron's not in there, but let's still have some great drama around the other games as well. And we're getting that, especially this second round should be once again incredible. Right now, you have Golden State. They are the number 1 seed in the West. They are up 3-1 against the Clippers. And then to round it off, you have number 4 seed Houston up 3-1 over the 5th seed Utah Jazz. So let's keep on
If
going,
nothing
man.
bizarre happens, you're gonna see Golden State and Houston. we talk about some crazy series, man.
Yes. And you still cannot sleep on Denver. They have the ultimate home advantage because of where they stay.
The ultimate underdogs. You got Denver, who really haven't really got their respect for real
Right.
all season. And Portland, who is, like I said before, always no respect for this team. To have those two play against each other, again, now it's only 3-2. The San Antonio Spurs can't come back and win. So we ain't gonna count them out. But if that were to happen, that would be a series to watch as well, man. I'm enjoying the little bit I can watch.
Yeah. So that's the NBA players. If y'all have any further thoughts, let us know. J Mac says he's laughing. He said ran a Boston on him.
Yeah.
Then they said good one. I guess it was either to the Boston one or the bucking around. So
Yeah.
good one. So keep coming up with the comments, y'all. We appreciate the love. Let everybody know this is the show to watch every Wednesday night. All right. So we have coming up next. Let me put this back up here. There we go. All right. Coming up next, we have the unwritten rules in sports.
I didn't ask you about this beforehand, so I'm interested in this one.
I'm glad you did. So there has been a few instances recently. One in particular, baseball player from the Chicago White Sox. I believe it's let me pull up his name.
Oh yeah, the brother. I think I heard a little bit about this.
White Sox player Tim Anderson.
Yeah, Tim Anderson.
That's his name. So early in the game, the pitcher from what team was that that he faced? I want to say it was the Royals. They hit him. The pitcher hit him. Very next at bat, Tim Anderson hit a home run and threw the bat like like
yeah.
Sorry, y'all.
We DJs, man. We
just sorry. But he threw the bat down like, now what? And ran around, and then it escalated. The Royals wasn't happy. All of a sudden, you're seeing both teams from the dugout coming out, from the bullpens, everywhere. They came out, and there was a big issue. Then they said, now this part here shouldn't have been done by Tim Anderson, but he used the word N-word. He used the N-word, to the player as well. But outside of that,
I kind of get, it's just natural.
So outside of that, it's the unwritten rule that you shouldn't show up a guy if he hits, a home run and he throws a bat or whatever else. Randall Grichuk, former Cardinal, took offense to Tim Anderson. That was basically saying, to put in a nutshell, respect the unwritten rules of the game. Don't be trying to throw the bat down and trying to show up the guy. Just hit your home run, run the bases. That's it. Then you think about basketball and how many times at the end of a game, if you are the winning team, you have the ball and like the game is already a blowout. It's already decided. Ain't no last second shot, none of this. But you have a player who will decide to shoot the ball just to have fun. And then what happens at the end of the game? You see a player take offense to it and want to shove him. And you ain't got to do all that. Or recall when it was someone who wanted to have like a triple-double. And so he like threw the ball off the backboard on purpose.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's Bush League.
So that's what made me bring up this topic. What are your thoughts in regards to the unwritten rule? And should players respect that more or let them just be themselves?
There's a thin line between that. As a player, you know when you're getting shown up and when it's just for fun. But a lot of players will take offense to things when it's not warranted. I am a firm believer in the unwritten rules, but you got to know the rules. And a lot of the players today, especially the new players, don't know those unwritten rules because they never was accustomed to playing under these unwritten rules. Back in the day, we're talking about baseball now, you don't boast or brag on the baseball field or you're getting a 95 miles per hour ball to your head.
Right.
And it was nothing. Nowadays, you can't do that because the league will step in. Back then, the league let the players police themselves. And that was a way to regulate and regulate the game and to show respect. It's all about respect at the end of the day. But at the same time, I understand when it's fun. Okay? Sometimes you throw the bat, you don't mean to do that out of spite against the pitcher. It just so happens you got a good one. But you know when you throw the bat and then you stare at the pitcher, okay, now I know where you're coming from. It's more than that, then. You didn't cross the line. I think you got to respect the unwritten rules, man. You know, I think it's a way of showing respect on the field. And I think there's a way where you can respect those unwritten rules and still have fun. You know, when you go in the dugout, you know, you got the little party train going. That's them in the good. That's cool. I mean, that's fun. When you throw the bat in the air, you staring down the pitcher, you cross the line, you got to pay on the next pitch. I'm not saying a headshot, maybe a rib shot. The meat, the part, you know, not the bone, the meat, the rib. Get the side.
Right.
But you're gonna have to pay. Yes. But when the league steps in, they don't see that.
Right.
They don't see the unwritten rules. They see, oh, you threw at the guy, you're out. No. Just let them police themselves. And it'll all regulate themselves out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
And as far as basketball, I can recall there's a famous moment about the unwritten rules that happened. It was one of the Eastern Conference playoffs, Bulls and Pistons. Pistons were back-to-back champions. They were beating up on the Bulls. They had what they called, it was an unwritten rule, the Jordan rules. Basically meant every time Jordan drove to the hole, knock him to the floor. Those are the Jordan rules. But if you ask them about it, they'll deny that it ever happened. Well, this particular year, I forget which year it was, the Bulls actually won. And it's customary at the end of the game to stay on the court, show some pleasantries, good game, and leave the court.
they gone.
What happened?
Led by Isaiah Thomas.
They leave the floor early. They didn't even take their L, basically, to use a new term. They didn't take the L. They just went to the locker room.
Right.
Jordan said, okay, you gonna do that? Hey, the 1992 Summer Olympics is coming up. They're gonna pick these teams.
And guess who ain't make it?
Yeah, Isaiah Thomas. Because Jordan basically said behind the scenes, if you pick Isaiah Thomas to play on the team, I ain't playing. And you gonna want Jordan to be on the team. So guess what? Guess who got left out? Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
because he broke he broke one of those unwritten rules.
So J Mac has a question. He says, "How about make it a rule like the NFL on celebrating? Like you can do so much, but not to the
Now I can see you don't want the league dipping in this because when the league dips in it, then you can't do it at all.
It's an unwritten rule. So
then you can't. Then we're talking about the no fun league. All those years where they banned celebrations in the NFL. Now you're talking about that in the MLB, and they trying to bring back viewership to the league. The worst thing you could do right now is to take away their fun.
And my only example that I want to bring up in regards to the unwritten rule, recall, well, maybe it was last year, the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah. Oh man.
And it was so exciting because you had so many different countries celebrating their way, whether it was on the field, dugout. I enjoyed seeing that because I think it brought out the competition.
What's his name? Fernando Rodney. I love his.
Yeah, them and Javi Baez and Molina used to have their own little thing. They would celebrate on the base pad. They would celebrate at bat. They would do their own thing. It brought a passion to a game that a lot of people would say is boring. So maybe there are certain unwritten rules that, like you said, needs to be better, or needs to players need to abide by it. But I still feel like there are certain instances in which players should have more fun because it brings out competition, and that's what the fans want to see is competition. Oh, he did like between Dame Lillard and Russell Westbrook, they were going at it.
Yeah,
and like that's what the playoffs are all about. It's all about, okay, you know what, you did your thing, I'm gonna do mine.
That was competition at its finest.
Back and forth, And with baseball, like I said, a lot of people complain about how it's so slow and you can't really celebrate for real. Like they just changed the rule where you can wear any color shoe you want. You know what I'm saying?
You had to wear the black cleats and
right, stuff, or you couldn't wear them back in the day if it wasn't a team specific color.
Right.
But now, they're slowly allowing these guys to just be themselves. And that brings out competition, I think.
And a lot of people will say, well, you don't know what – a lot of people don't know what the line is. No, as a competitor, you know what the line is.
Right.
And you know when you're crossing it.
Right.
I can't explain it, but when you're an athlete, you know what that line is.
Yeah, you do. But like I said, it's definitely a fine line in regards to what you should do and not do. And even going back to the question about the NFL on celebrating, I feel like outside of you doing pelvic thrust and and twerking,
Right.
I think any kind of celebration should be warranted because football is a hard sport and it's not easy to score touchdowns. So reward that guy by letting him be himself. If you want to bring a prop and do whatever, that's fine. You got a cell phone underneath the field goal post thing, that's cool. Now, like I said, if you thrust in my face,
yeah,
that's a problem. No, you ain't Prince. No, step
or
away.
doing oh boy Bennett doing the Rick Rude, doing
right. or kind of like how Big E be doing his stuff on
right. Like come on, man.
So it's a thin line between it. It's a reason why it's called unwritten. But great topic, man.
Yeah,
great discussion, should I say? We are winding down. I hope you all have enjoyed this show. This is your boy Smooth.
And Sadal.
Stan is away, sort of. We kind of had him on the phone.
Yeah, he kind of was on the show.
He's like in spirit right here with us.
Yeah, I'm waiting on the phone.
Right, here we go. 5, 4, okay.
Right.
But yeah, great show. Now, congrats. You were right. And you say that you may have one.
No, later on. Yeah, I was talking about, with
The Blues.
Yeah. Maybe later on I'll have a big one, but not tonight.
Okay. All right. Do you have is this your leader?
You know what? I could think of something. I didn't have something last week. I think I can cook up something here.
And I'm sorry, while you think of it, for those who have not watched the show before, Is This Your Leader? It's kind of like I got that from Black Panther. We said, Is this your king? So we're doing two people. It could be the same sport, different sports. It don't matter. Two people who you feel like would be great leaders on that team? Who would you rather follow as them being your leader? So, go ahead.
I thought of this just now. Who is this your leader? Lance Stevenson
Oh.
or Dennis Rodman?
You talking about leading in no, Rodman can't dance. I would have to say Dennis Rodman.
Why?
Because even though he had his antics, he still was a champion. He got the job done. He was one of the best in his position to ever do it.
Yeah.
When you thought about him getting rebounds at his 6'7" frame and how he led the league in rebounds, he had a certain skill. Like, he knew he couldn't outbody a lot of people.
You talk about that line. He danced and stutter stepped on that line.
Hey, it was all psychology.
Ask Karl Malone.
And that's why I
In the
say
finals.
that's why I'm choosing him, because he knew the rule. He knew exactly what he was doing. He wanted to get into your head, and once he knew that you was getting angry, it throws you off your game.
Yeah.
Remember the documentary they had with the Pistons, the 30 for 30,
Yeah.
and how he talked about like I think Bill Laimbeer, and they were saying, "Oh, look at Larry Bird, he's rattled. We got him." Stuff like that. Rodman took that. So when he went to the Bulls, the Mavericks, the Lakers, with the Spurs, he took that same mindset, and of course the Pistons. When he was there, he took that same mindset, and he was like, "I'm gonna psych this guy out." So then players are expecting something to happen, and while you waiting on something to happen, he's getting 10, 20 rebounds a game. But going back, he didn't have the big Charles Barkley frame, or Karl Malone frame. So with his antics, he was able to tip the ball a couple times away from you to get the rebound. He wasn't just doing all this, give me this. He would tip it
Yeah.
and still get the rebound. So he was smart.
And then he would, do a little,
Exactly.
a little grab here.
Right.
Little tug there.
It was a video. It was a video of I think the Bulls played the 76ers and they played against Iverson. And Iverson was like, "Dude, I told you don't be touching me like that."
I think I saw that. Yeah. He was mad as a mother.
Like, don't be touching me like that. So J Mac says Rodman.
Yeah.
He said because he met Kim Jong-un.
Oh, wow. You actually went there.
You took it there. Yeah, so and Lance Stevenson.
I got another one too.
Lance Stevenson, dude is funny. Oh, he's a good player, man. I'm not gonna say great. He's one of those guys where you love him if he's on your team, but you can't stand him and if he's an opponent of yours.
Yeah.
He'll have his moments. You be like, "Oh, dance, Lance."
You do a little guitar.
But then the other moment he throw the ball away. You be like,
And it's like,
"What the hell are you doing? Who's over there? God, what are you doing?" All right, who else you have?
All right, another one. I think we talked about these two at the beginning of the show, but this is interesting.
Okay.
Terrell Owens
Oh Lord. Man.
or Chad Ochocinco.
Whew.
Is this your leader again? Is this your leader?
All right, so are you saying outside of what Chad did off the field, right?
We talk about what was your rules before? What did you say before? We talk about leadership.
Leadership. Well, oh my gosh, I would have to say Terrell Owens because he was a cat. No one really worked harder than him. If you think about it, no one really worked harder than him in regards to his position. Then look what he did in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he would train.
Yeah.
Train.
Look what
He's still training.
Right. Look what he did in the Super Bowl against the Eagles. Broken ankle or
Broken ankle.
and still out there
Broken
balling.
ankle.
Still out there balling. Like if you take out the whole diva stuff, or if he was a cancer to his team, flat out one of the best players in the game.
I would have to slightly disagree.
Woo! You going Ocho Cinco?
I'm going Ocho Cinco
Give me a reason.
because of what you just said before. The stir that it was his fault or whatnot, the stir that T.O. would cause, he would just put your team in a tizzy. Chad Ochocinco, you couldn't really say that about. Yeah, he had his antics, but you could never say, he destroyed this team.
He was a cancer, yeah.
You can't say he's a cancer. All you can say, he was a great teammate. And because of that little point, I would pick Chad Ochocinco.
All right. So it's amazing how you brought up Rodman earlier. So I'll go ahead and cancel that one out. Charles Barkley or Karl Malone?
Karl Malone. Karl Malone. He was a stone cold killer. A lot of people don't really think of him like that because he played for Utah or played with Stockton. He didn't play no games, man. He was about business all the time. You know, you talk about a guy that was committed to the game. He was. Charles, he was committed too, but I really don't see him as a leader per se. You know, he's intimidating in his day on the court, but that's about it. Karl Malone, I can see as a real leader. He's like, look, I can see like following him. Like if you say something, you follow.
So basically, you feel like Barkley was like a wild card.
He wasn't wild. It was just more of I'm gonna intimidate you. I'm gonna grab these rebounds and I'm gonna get in your face. Karl Malone was more of like, okay, I can intimidate you. I could do that. I can go there, but I can sit down and show you the game. I can sit down and it's like, hey, this is what I'm seeing here, and here you. I see him more as a leader.
Okay.
No knock against Charles Barkley.
Right. And I would give the slight edge to Malone as well. I just feel like he'll be more that guy that says, guys, well, I don't know, man. Barkley did the same thing though, because they both were great scorers. And Barkley, not like Rodman, but similar, in which he was like only 6'6", but he was thick. So he had to work hard too. So golly, is it now? Kind of, I want to change my mind. I still say Karl
Malone. Yeah, I just see him as like a more like a guide, or he's a teacher too on the court.
J Max says Barkley because he riled up his teammates and opponents. That's true.
He did rattle the cage, but I think he has more intimidation. So he's not going. I don't see Barkley as an X and O guy. Hey, he's doing this on this play. Why don't you do this? I don't see Charles Barkley doing that. So I see Karl Malone doing that.
So with J Mac,
I see Charles Barkley like, look, get the damn ball and rebound and let's go.
So do you see Karl Malone galvanizing the troops? Like, here we go. Perfect example. Would you see Karl Malone doing the Ray Lewis, or would you see Barkley doing the Ray Lewis?
I see Barkley doing the Ray Lewis.
That's J Mac's point.
Yeah. Yeah. But Ray Lewis was different, man. Ray Lewis, he would do both. Cause everybody knows Ray Lewis as this guy that's just yelling and get you hype and pep talk you, but he's also looking at tape. He was the one that got Ed Reed looking at tape because as a rookie coming up, he looked up to Ray Lewis, and Ray Lewis was always looking at tape. So guess what he did? He looked at tape.
My last point. When you think about Utah Jazz, do a lot of people say Malone and Stockton, or Stockton and Malone?
Stockton and Malone.
But when you hear about Barkley, do you hear Barkley and KJ?
Well, he didn't have that number 2.
Or KJ and Barkley.
But
Kevin Johnson.
That goes to that point of you can't do it alone. Can't do it alone. Notice, Barkley only went to 1 NBA Finals. Excuse me. Malone went to 2. Now they both fell victim to Jordan, but
J Max says I never seen Karl get in anybody's head.
No, because you don't have to. That's not his bread and butter.
But you always saw Karl.
He was one of the greatest defensive players of all time.
but you always saw Karl Malone be receive, have someone, get in his head.
Rodman. I swear that's the funniest stuff. I'll never forget the one clip I will never forget is them two like falling on the ground.
Yeah.
He kept on falling.
All right, so check this one out. Penny Hardaway.
Okay.
Or Brandon Roy.
I don't know much about Brandon Roy.
Really?
I really don't.
And you talking about two
I've heard Brandon.
Right, you talking about two guys in the league that their injuries pretty much shorten their careers.
I know more about Penny Hardaway because that's like more my era of when I was really watching basketball. I can't make a clear. I always say Penny because I'm always familiar. I'm only familiar with Penny Hardaway. I heard Brandon Roy, but I'm not really familiar with Brandon Roy. For some odd reason, I don't know why.
Brandon Roy, he was a special cat, man. But like I said, injuries took him out pretty much. And then now, Brandon Roy, he's a head coach or was a head coach for an elite high school team that was running the circuit, like the AAU circuit, and now Penny Hardaway, the coach of the Memphis Tigers.
Yeah, now I hear more about Penny's because ESPN did a story on him.
Yeah, and he had one of the biggest high school basketball teams before he went to college.
Man, Penny Hardaway could have been so cold, dog. Just injuries, man. It's a shame.
Penny Hardaway, Brandon Roy. Oh man, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I probably have to give a side edge to Hardaway, man. All right, and then last but not least, this one gonna be good. Here, you ready? Here we go. Your face says it all.
I'm like, oh, what has he got? What has he got now?
Here we go. Vince McMahon.
Okay.
Or Jerry Jones.
Vince McMahon. Easy.
You say easy.
Easy. Vince McMahon is more of a strategic visionary.
I about to say visionary.
He's a strategic visionary. Now, both men are visionaries because to be a wealthy man, you have to have some kind of vision for the future. Now, Jerry Jones didn't make his riches in football. He made his riches in oil. Vince McMahon made his riches in wrestling. Why? Because he had the vision for the sport. He had that vision to have wrestling be one of the elite attractions in America, and he did that. A time where he ruffled a lot of feathers, grabbing talent, and he had that vision of this new medium called cable TV. When all these other cats were just talking local, he was talking global, and he had that vision, and he put it into fruition, and he made something. Jerry Jones, yeah, he had the money already. He bought this football team. He loved football, but you don't think of him as a smart, savvy football guy. You're seeing him as, okay, sit your behind down somewhere and let the football guys handle this.
Right.
Vince McMahon, I mean, just think about all your favorite characters in wrestling. That came out of his head. The Hulk Hogan's and WrestleManias and all these terms that we know about wrestling, that came out of his head.
Right.
That was his idea.
And he ingrained it to Triple H and others and stuff like that.
Yeah, like quite literally, down to the names and the gimmicks and everything, he started that.
There we go. So I definitely agree, Vince McMahon. So that was this year's leader. And once again, great show. What if?
What if? Did we just skip over?
Or you
one?
know what? Matter of fact, it needed a week first. My bad.
Yeah, because I didn't have one at first, but then Stanton hit me to what the GM for the Giants said, and just for the mere fact what he said, David Gettleman, from what I hear, correct me if I'm wrong, he called Odell Beckham a cancer. We got rid of the cancer from the team. But wasn't David Gettleman the same person that signed Odell Beckham to a long-term deal with the Giants?
Just last year.
What, he magically forgot that he was some kind of cancer? Why would you sign a cancer to a long-term deal?
To a extension.
Yes.
And then you go ahead and trade him the very next year.
And what kind of sense that make? So if he's a cancer now, he wasn't a cancer just a couple months ago?
Right.
You fool.
He's like, you fool. Keeping with the NFL, Zeke Elliott.
Oh man, what did he do now?
This fool got a tattoo right on his back leg, the calf muscle, pretty much. And guess what the tattoo is? It is of himself.
Boy, that's conceit, boy. You talking about conceited, man. Cause I'm speechless. I'm over here like Stephen A. Smith. You got a tattoo of yourself? What, you forgot what you look like? Come on, man.
Just a reminder of who I am. Let me look at myself.
And then you got it on the back of your leg. How you gonna look at it?
The mirror, the phone.
Let me look at it real quick.
Let me take a look back at my thigh, my calf muscle here. Let me go.
Oh man,
Boy, you look good back then.
Man. Now what happens when he becomes an old fat man?
It's gonna look old too. It's gonna be all wrinkled up.
Right.
So yeah. And the last one, but definitely not least. Let me pull it back up here. So sorry folks, here we go. All right, to ESPN and to Augusta National. Of course, they hold the Masters.
Right.
So, a couple years ago, ESPN approached Sage Steele, black African-American woman here, about being like one of the analysts, people who covers the Masters.
Okay.
And she started to do that. Her first year of doing it was in 2017. And after she did it, during that time frame, I guess there was a story that she was a part of with her. They say it was her father, I believe. Let me make sure I get it right. Okay, yeah. So her father was the first African American to play varsity football for the United States Military Academy at West Point.
Okay.
And is featured with his daughter in a documentary that can be currently seen on ESPN.com. And he noted of Augusta National's exclusionary membership policies.
This is true.
It isn't a previous history for sure, and that is putting it very kindly, end quote. So
Nothing but facts.
Exactly. So because she was part of that, the 87-year-old National Club, Augusta National Club, they saw that 2 years later, I guess. And now they're telling ESPN we don't want her to cover the Masters. So
ain't that just proving the man's point about the?
So once again, going back 2017, when when they knew of this, she was like, "Yeah, I ain't worried about ESPN. They got my back. We solid, we good."
Yeah.
ESPN is now pondering removing her from the Masters.
Boy.
So
this goes beyond playing yourself, man. You just boy.
Yeah, so let me just read this real quick. Multiple sources tell sportsbybrooks.com that officials at the Augusta National Golf Club, which hosts the Masters every year, have demanded that ESPN drop African American Sage Steele from hosting its on-air coverage at the Augusta Golf Club. Augusta Nationals demand to remove Steele from future ESPN Masters broadcasts as a host in Augusta was due by sportsbybrooks.com has learned to remarks she reportedly made to the store 2 weeks ago, in which she brought up, her father and everything.
See, there's one thing. That's ESPN's MO. Because first, you have Kurt Schilling. He's talking about Nazi stuff on air and stuff. Well, not on air, but on his Twitter feed. Then you had from His and Hers, fired her.
They didn't Mike and golly.
Oh my God!
Jesus, tip of the tongue. Jamel Hill.
Yeah, Jamel Hill. That incident. Well, she didn't get fired, quote unquote, but she got fired. Everybody know that. Now you have the Sage Steele. They just want to avoid controversy. That's them. Mm-hmm. They're cowards.
Yeah.
ESPN does not have your back.
Man, I know one
they have their money's back. They don't want to lose money.
I know one thing.
And Augusta is just being Augusta.
Cats like Stephen A. Smith, even I'm gonna take it back. Stuart Scott gotta be rolling in his grave right now, thinking about how they're treating.
Absolutely.
John Saunders gotta be
rolling in his grave.
You know what I'm saying? Just is hearing this. So if ESPN does this, that'll be terrible for them. And so with that being said, Zeke, ESPN, Augusta National,
David Gettleman,
y'all are the idiots of the week.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Get your head out your ass.
You know what? I'm not even gonna say get some help, man. I need every single one of y'all on the line.
Y'all some new fools. All right. Now we have What If.
Don't really have what if.
What if now, we have the 2020 Olympic trials coming.
Yeah.
MLS and the Lou, which I meant to bring that up.
That's official, like a referee with a whistle.
Now, it's not official, but it's official. The MLS hasn't officially put out
no official word.
St. Louis
but
and Sacramento will be added. But and for those who don't know, the MLS, they currently have 27 teams. The plan was for them to have a 28 team, and it was going to be between Sacramento and St. Louis. But then last week, they announced that they're going to expand to 30 teams. So that gives the go ahead for St. Louis and Sacramento to go ahead and be awarded the team, and then you have a third city. So St. Louis, we in good hands. Go to STLtoday.com/sports. You can pull up archives, even MLS4thelou.com as well. MLS for the Lou, the number 4, thelou.com, and check out all the artist renderings of the stadium.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
That they're gonna have by Union Station. It's gonna be pretty dope. So with all this coming to St. Louis, what if the NBA All-Star Game comes?
Why would they come here to St. Louis?
Because think about it. Remember a few years back, they had the All-Star Game in Las Vegas. There's no NBA team in Las Vegas.
That's true. But it's also Las Vegas.
Right? But, NBA can do what they want to do.
That's true.
So, speaking.
This is a what if.
This is a what if. You're speaking hypothetically right now.
I would be highly surprised,
man,
if it happened. But I would be pleasantly surprised,
dude.
And I'll be trying to go. I'll be trying to cop tickets to the slam dunk, all that.
Yeah, the whole weekend.
The whole thing.
Yeah,
I'll be down there
to see all the NBA players and celebrities from different sports and shows.
It's like the All-Star Game coming to St. Louis when
baseball.
Right. But I just so happened to be working there, so I really didn't get to enjoy it. Mm-hmm. But if I wasn't working, I'd be going down there.
That would be freaking awesome. And what has been awesome is we've had a lot of nice comments today. Stan was on the line. Everything.
We got. Thank you all, J Mac, for staying on.
He says I would be surprised too in regards to the NBA All-Star game coming to the Lou. But you never know, man. Anything is possible. A lot of great things are coming to St. Louis now. And we're starting to reap the benefits of hurt that the Rams tried to do to us.
You got to put respect on St. Louis's name when it comes to the sports. We were named the greatest sports town.
Yep.
In 2000.
That we won the Super Bowl.
In 2000.
The Cardinals were doing their thing. The Blues were doing their thing. We are a great, passionate, knowledgeable sports town. So like you said before, put some respect on our name, on our city, and on this incredible show. Because this is your boy, Smooth.
And Sadal.
Next week, we will have KM back. He'll be taking the place of Sadal while he take care of his segments. Stan will be back. We appreciate all the love. Make sure y'all share from our Facebook page, from our Instagram, and right here on YouTube, the platform Sports Talk Show. There is no other show that's better than this one on a Wednesday night in regards to sports. So with that being said, catch us next week. Any last words, man?
No.
You good to go?
We can sign off.
You can sign off. All right. Well, with that being said, man, when it's about sports,
it becomes our business. And business just picked up.
How you do that there? We out, y'all.
Yeah, buddy. Power up on them.
Tom Brady done. Is he finished?
And Green Bay is not Green Bay right now.
You always wrong. Ooh.
Let's go back to Philly. A big trade just happened. Jimmy Butler.
And he's facing his former team, so you know it's gonna be some animosity.
And in the #1 spot for that. Seeing that field in the season, it shows how stupid the NFL is. Down the east, how we looking? Favorite team. With this trade happening, does this mean the Sixers are the front runner, are the favorites?
So you're going to stand up here and defend the player that just went 1 for 11, and then all of a sudden got sick.
Hard day is getting on my nerves, but you know, I'm here. We talking about sports, man, so I ain't even thinking about work right now. I'm thinking about sports.
That's why your laptop dead.